All right, so this article has been blowing the fuck up on Twitter today. Everybody's going crazy about it. Let's just get started here. Ariana Grande's "Thank You Next" music video is surprisingly anti-queer. Now, I'm not the most knowledgeable guy about Ariana Grande. I'm gonna admit that I didn't even see the "Thank You Next" video prior to today. I read this article, then I watched the video twice, just trying to understand the criticisms that are made in this video or in this article, and I was just so blown away. And then I had to reread the article again just to try to figure out if they were being serious or not. And apparently they are. Look at this. This is, I don't know if I've ever seen this before. Editors note, we have decided to remove the author's name from this piece after the editorial team was alerted that a high number of death threats were being made against the writer as a result of the opinions presented in this piece. I don't respect that. I'm just going to throw that out there right away, is that you don't get to just put something out into the world and take your name off of it. Get the fuck out of here. And like, yeah, okay, people are making death threats against you. Big fucking deal. It's like, welcome to the fucking internet. This is where this shit goes down at, man. You can't just put something out there that's offensive and then just backpedal by taking your name off it. Like, if they deleted the entire article, okay, now we're having a conversation. But I don't really, they didn't do that. They fucking just took his name off it, which to me is just like insane, number one, and just wrong. Anyway, the points that they make in this article, and also in the responses, I'm not going to show it because it seems kind of weird, but in the responses to the tweet on the account of this website, intomore.com, the dude who wrote this article has been like accused of crazy shit and seemingly admitted to some of it. So, I mean, whatever. I'm not even going to get into that, but you have to like really check out the criticisms that are being made in this article to truly understand. And shout out to my girlfriend, because I probably wouldn't even know this song exists if it wasn't for her. She's been listening to it like crazy, and it's really gotten stuck in my head thanks to my lovely girlfriend, Lena the Plug. So basically the video, for anybody who's seen it, and no, I'm not going to play even 1 second of it because I don't want to get copy striked. But basically it's just her, and she's recreating a bunch of the scenes from famous movies, like Bring It On is in there, Mean Girls is in there, etc. Those movies occurred a little bit later in my life, in the sense that I was already kind of like an adult, not watching like teen girl movies. So I'm not like crazy familiar with Mean Girls. I did see it, but whatever. But anyway, the first thing that they try to bring her up for transphobia is just the fact that there's a guy, and he's like dressed up in a bright pink cardigan and a wig, playing a trans woman. So, all right, this is the first like bad critique, is that this guy being dressed like this is supposed to be like hugely transphobic and stuff. I'm not really sure how. To me, it's like, can't like a guy play a girl without it being considered transphobic? But it gets worse. It gets way worse. So basically, immediately after, gay singer slash actor Troye Sivan repeats a rumor. I heard she's a lesbian now and dating some chick called Aubrey. It's fucking sick. So basically they have like people repeating different rumors about Ariana Grande, and one of them is that she's a lesbian, which I don't know. I guess that was a rumor for a period of time. But apparently there's a lot of other like rumors that they state during that part of the video, and some commentators are accusing her of queer baiting with these, because I guess there's a part in one of her lyrics, that's why this comes from, there's a part in one of her lyrics where it sounds like she's talking about dating a girl or something, and like this guy saying, oh, I heard she was a lesbian, this is what they're saying is offensive, is the idea that she was pretending to be offended by the idea that she might not be a lesbian, instead of just it being okay for her to just not be a lesbian. Everything I've heard about Ariana Grande, she seems to be heterosexual and date men. I'm not sure if she's on the non-binary spectrum or anything. Ariana doesn't enter until the music starts, but then this is probably one of the best and most ridiculous things that they say in this. This is insane. Then you see it. Then you finally see it. The blackface. And this is worth reading. For anyone who's seen the video, like when I read this, keep in mind, I read this before I watched the video. I thought that there was actually going to be blackface in the video. I was like, holy shit. But read into this. This may not be the type of blackface you see in old minstrel shows, but a new form that we frequently view in pop culture. Contemporary blackface no longer involves minstrelese burnt cork or grease paint to blacken the performer's skin, but instead makeup, foundation, artificial tanning, and digital coloring are employed with racial mythologies and to exploit what blackness signifies. Dude, when you watch the video, I mean, this screenshot right here is like pretty close to what she actually looks like in the video. Although honestly, I think that might have been darkened or something. She looks like she's, been tanning, wearing makeup. Her skin might be like one shade darker than it is in regular life. I don't know. Is this her? Is that seriously her? That doesn't look like her to me at all. But the idea that she's wearing blackface, like blackface is offensive. Like people dressing up as black people for Halloween, I totally get how that's offensive and stuff. Them trying to conflate her tanning and wearing makeup with blackface, which is this hugely offensive thing. If you want to read about the history of it, you could get clued into why blackface is considered so offensive. Now, the idea that Ariana Grande has in any way participated in anything even close to that is so absurd that I can kind of understand why this guy's getting so many threats. Look at this. As she reflects on her past boyfriends, her skin varies in shade scene to scene in a horrifying transformation, highlighting how little she cares about communities of color. What? Like, I don't understand how anyone could read that and seriously think that that's what she's doing. If anything, this video really features a lot of representation. There's a ton of dudes who are like pretty obviously gay. There's a lot of other people of different races and everything like that. And if you follow, like I follow Ariana Grande on Instagram, I believe, just because I was kind of interested in her. And if anything, I would say that she's kind of on the opposite end of the spectrum. She's like posting about trans pride all the time. And I mean, the idea that she is the enemy of the trans rights movement or anything is just so insane. There's this guy's, representing like a gay man apparently. She pushes him into the lockers at one point in this. He clutches his books, happy that she even touched him. Queer people are apparently glad to be disrespected so long as it's someone as popular as Ariana. Okay. So basically they're saying like no gay man can be included in any sort of music video, movie, anything. If he's going to be disrespected by any of the characters at any time, it is an affront. It is a huge disrespect to the gay community as a whole. That's basically what she's getting at here in this article. He is getting at in this article. Insane. It's hard to even argue against it because it's the stupidest shit you ever heard. So then also next, and I would like to keep in mind that this article is amended at the end to include the fact that Bring It On, the famous movie, was not mentioned in the original version. But basically what happens is you see Ariana come out. She's got her whole little team of like, well, I mean, I believe she's Hispanic, but she comes out, with a bunch of like white or lighter skinned women, and they have a little like cheerleading team. They come out and scream for probably 3 seconds, maybe like 5 seconds. And then this cheerleading team comes on who are dressed just the way that they are in Bring It On. And that team is, apparently in Bring It On, they are the East Compton Clovers. Again, I wish I'd seen the movie in the past like 15 years. But the team is all black. And this is, like look where Ariana and her team are not explicitly seen as villains or anti-heroes, but rather the protagonists. So they're saying that, these black women are the enemy of Ariana in the fucking music video, which is really not true because within seconds they're dancing together. It takes almost no time for them to join together. So the person who wrote this is really like buying into the idea that, because I mean, if you were to accurately represent what a cheerleading team from Compton would look like, it would probably be largely black, right? I don't know. This is like a real stretch that this is offensive. Going into this, so there's a dog walking scene from Legally Blonde, etc. Finally, it lands to a cut in the music in one of the more explicitly anti-queer scenes. So keep in mind, explicitly anti-queer. Ariana tells her beautician that she misses Pete Davidson. He was really cute and it was really big. Coolidge confirms that they were discussing teeth and not penises. They were definitely discussing penises. Which by the way, Pete Davidson, like imagine having your dick co-signed in a fucking Ariana Grande music video that already has 100 million views. I mean, that's pretty incredible, to be honest with you. Queerness in this case is used as nothing more than a dry comedic prop. Ariana at this point not only responds to rumors about her sexuality just once, but twice in the videos. She emphasizes her heterosexuality as a point of pride and empowerment. To be honest, I didn't really catch that at all. And then, like, there's a scene where this guy comes in the UPS outfit, and he's got like the sort of like short, little like gay ass booty shorts, and he's goes like kisses some other dude or whatever. Again, any normal person who's concerned about gay rights and shit would see this and be like, wow, Ariana Grande put a bunch of gay guys like hooking up with each other in her fucking video, which as like a very like young heterosexual woman kind of stands out as like, wow, she really went out of her way to include a lot of gay actors and stuff in this. No, you must be offended. You must be offended by everything. After the music ends, it cuts to Kris Jenner, who plays Ariana's mom. She simply shouts, "Thank you next, bitch," while holding a camera. The final line is the music video. Now, I watched this and I thought, whatever, it's in line. The song is called "Thank You Next" or whatever. It makes total sense that, her as playing her mother would basically scream the hook of the song. This is likely aimed at Caitlyn Jenner, is what they wrote. This is likely aimed at Caitlyn Jenner. She divorced Caitlyn in 2015, shortly after her transition. Perhaps this is in reference to Caitlyn's far-right politics. Perhaps it's a jab at her trans identity. We can't be sure unless Kris Jenner speaks out about the line. Are you fucking kidding me? To equate that line, that one line that they have Kris Jenner say, to equate that with her saying something anti-trans, which, by the way, I am so not down with the Caitlyn Jenner thing, by the way. I mean, nobody has really done more to make a mockery of, like, the trans quest for acceptance than Caitlyn Jenner. It's such a load of shit that I don't even feel like talking about. But, I mean, they at least maybe attempt to make up for it by saying, we cannot fully blame Ariana for these mishaps. Spoiler, they're not mishaps. Look at all these comments. The writer is saying that Ariana is racist, sexist, etc. Yet in the case you missed this section, and to behold a picture of Ariana Grande performing with the subject, have you wait, maybe I don't want to read that. That doesn't make any sense. I've never been so impressed by an Olympic level reach. Go for the gold, sweaty. I wonder if you meant to write sweetie. I don't even like her, and now I'm feeling defensive over this bizarre article by someone who probably flunked any art class that didn't involve finger painting. Man, I'm telling you, it's got to be exhausting being woke, because I've never seen such a blatant attempt to destroy somebody based on so little evidence, especially somebody who's so clearly, somebody who so clearly is like an advocate for your community and really for the rights of all. It's like I have no reason to even like go out of my way to say that I like Ariana Grande or anything. I do like the song a lot, but I don't know a whole lot about her and shit. But mind blowing. And I know this article's not from me. It's on a fucking gay rights website that, it's probably not aimed at your everyday heterosexual Joe Schmo like me. But it's nice to see that pretty much everybody is piling on the dude who wrote this and just letting him know what a fucking shithead he is for putting out such negativity into the world. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. I can already probably guess that all my fans are going to agree that this is the stupidest shit they've ever heard of in their life. But, some people might feel otherwise. Anyway, Ariana Grande, Adam22, NoJumper.com, cop some merch. Peace.